Don't plant your potatoes until you listen to this. Inevitably, you're going to see somebody on this app planting a potato at the bottom of a bucket, and they're going to continue to cover that potato greens as it grows, smothering the light out from the greenery. And they will call that hilling. But I'm here to tell you that's not the way to grow potatoes. They will also use terms like indeterminate potatoes, which is not a thing. Potatoes go by early, second early, and main crop potatoes. In some of those types, you can actually stunt the growth of them by continuing to put soil on top of the greenery. The purpose of hilling potatoes is to keep them covered and out of the sun so that they do not turn green. Now, farmers often do this because, well, they have large fields of potatoes to manage and they can't go walking to every plant and making sure there's potatoes not sticking out of the soil. They also don't generally have light, fluffy compost on their potatoes like we do. And when the farmers go and hill their potatoes, say this is their potato plant growing, they take soil from the side of the row and they rake up the soil around the potato plant. They do not cover and smother out the entire plant. And unless you're growing something like a russet main crop potato that gets really big, you don't need to hill your potato plants if you're planting them 6 inches under light fluffy compost. Now, if you're planting them into hard compact soil and the potato has a potential to pop up out of the soil because the soil cannot grow with the potato, then as the potato grows and the greenery grows up, you may want to add some more soil along the base of the plant. Do not smother out your plants. And most home gardeners only grow early and second early potatoes. Most of you are not growing main crop potatoes. And we are home gardeners. We are walking our gardens every single day. So we have the opportunity to check the plants and make sure that there are no potatoes sticking up out of the soil that could be exposed to the sun and turn green. And I come with receipts. I have multiple videos on here over the last 2 years of how I grow my potatoes and the results of how I grow my potatoes. But I will tell you in growing potatoes that they do need consistent moisture. They also need a lot of organic material. So if you can add some fresh compost to them when you plant them, they also will need to be fertilized because they are heavy feeders. In my personal experience, I have not found growing them in a container to be very successful. I've also seen some pretty unsuccessful harvests on here, but some people actually love it because they can just turn over the bucket or whatever they're growing it in and dump it out and get the potatoes that way versus digging them up out of the ground. I grow them straight in the ground. However, I will say that if you would like to keep your potato greenery that's growing up out of the soil from flopping over, which it tends to do, you can hill up around the base of the plant to try to stabilize that greenery to keep it from flopping over and falling onto something else that you may have growing near it. That is a good benefit to hilling up at the base of the plant. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments and please like and follow for more gardening and herbal content and much more.